A very good morning, I bid to honorable judges, respected teachers, and my fellow friends. My name is Rasini Sayanapapan Kangiban and I'm from SMK Putri Titiwangsa. I am 13 years old, and boy do I love reading stories. I especially love reading stories written by Roald Dahl. So, today, guess it or not, I will be making a book review about the world famous, world known Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory is a 1964 children's novel written by Roald Dahl. It is 192 pages long and it was first published in the US by Alfred A. Knopf. It is also illustrated by Roald Dahl's favorite illustrator, Quentin Blake. The story begins with a young boy named Charlie Bucket who lives in poverty with his parents and grandparents in a tiny hut in a town which is home to the world famous Wonka's Chocolate Factory. Charlie's bedridden Grandpa Joe tells him about the factory's eccentric owner Willy Wonka and all of his fantastical candies. The very next day, the newspaper announces that Willy Wonka has hit 5 golden tickets in his Wonka bars. So, if one finds the golden ticket, what will happen, you ask? Well, they will get to go on a full tour guided by Willy Wonka and get to see all of his secrets and magic. Unfortunately, the first 4 tickets are found by compulsive, spoiled little brats named Veruca Salt, Augustus Gloop, Violet Burgod, and Mike TV. Sadly, Charles' attempts to find a golden ticket obviously fails. He tried 3 times, but they say 3rd time's a charm, don't they? And he does get it, eventually, on the 3rd time. So, on the tour, which is the very next day, Willy Wonka welcomes the 5 children and the adults into the factory, which turns out to be a wonderland of confectionery creations that blow your mind, that defy logic. They also meet a race of impish humanoids who help Willy Wonka, who basically provide workforce for the factory. Then, the 4 other children are ejected from the tour in darkly comical ways. Augustus Gloop falls into a river filled with chocolate and got sucked up by a pipe. Violet Burgod tested an experimental stick of 3-course meal gum that ends in blueberry pie flavor. Veruca Salt and her parents fall into a rubbish chute after she tried to steal one of the nut testing squirrels. And last but not least, Mike TV gets shrunk into a television. With only Charlie remaining on the tour, Willy Wonka congratulates him for winning the whole factory. Turns out, the tour was actually a disguise for him to find a worthy hire for his company if he retires. So, they both, Willy Wonka, Charlie Bucket, and Grandpa Joe, let's not forget, they ride the great glass elevator and they see the other children and their parents who look very different, exiting the factory with trucks filled with treats loaded to the brim, as promised in the golden ticket. So, Willy Wonka invites the entire Bucket family to come live with him in his factory. What a beautiful ending. Am I right? My favorite parts of the story is when the Oompa Loompas sing about the children's misbehavior every time disaster strikes. Very funny, let me promise you. And also, I really love how Roald Dahl conveys emotions and characters and all of their quotes beautifully. He finds the perfect word at the perfect time. It feels like I'm actually in the factory. The message I get from the story is that we should all be like Charlie. Charlie is kind, innocent, and a genuinely good person. He didn't win the factory because he's the richest nor the smartest. It's because he's a very good person. This shows in real life that we should be kind, humble, grateful, patient, even when we're going through difficult times. Because Being good, humble, and patient, and etc., brings you better outcomes than being selfish, rude, and rebellious, which gives you a bad outcome. So, as students, we should all be like Charlie. Don't be too rebellious. Listen to your teachers, listen to your parents, and I promise you, you'll be better off being like Charlie. So, I really recommend this book to anyone who hasn't read it before because this is a very must read book. Thank you very much, and thank you for watching my book review for today.